the Facebook Live is not coming. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most kind and the most merciful. Uh, Greetings to all the viewers, and on behalf of Tijani Consulting and on behalf of Teachers Development Center, I would like to welcome you all for this second session of LIGHT. And LIGHT is an acronym of Let's Inspire and Grow Human Transcendence. Today, in fact, we are privileged to have with us a very well-renowned speaker and educator and a prolific speaker, I would say. His name is Professor Abbas Husain. And Abbas Saab, in fact, is very well known to the teaching community. And he's also very well known to those who are directly or indirectly related to education. And not only in education, he is well known to everybody in Pakistan and all over the world. So let me just take the, take the privilege of introducing him formally. There's a 2-page biodata which I can't read at the moment because of the paucity of time. But I've just, picked a few aspects. So there is hardly a forum in Pakistan's education scene where the name of Abbas Husain is not recognized as a dedicated teacher, trainer, and educator. He is perhaps the only trainer with experience of primary, secondary school level teachers training, along with the Higher Education Commission-based university level teacher training. He is known as an articulate advocate of the intellectual authority of teachers in the society. He holds a master's degree in English literature from the University of Karachi and Ahmed Tisol from University of Manchester. He has also received professional training from the University of Pittsburgh, Toronto, Louisville, and Chicago. As a director of Teachers Development Center since 1997, he has conducted numerous workshops and training seminars on cutting-edge themes in education with a clear eye on what is possible in our context. His work in the training of teachers has made him a distinguished voice in the education field. He has so far reached over 85,000, mashallah, teachers in Pakistan, and not only in Pakistan, in Oman, UAE, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, so all over the world, giving him unique expertise in the field. So Abbas Saab, thank you so much for your time. And without further ado, I would just like to thank you, first of all, for your precious time. And I would also like to just say that please enlighten us with your wisdom. So over to you, sir.
You have asked me to speak about light.
Yes, sir.
And what follows from the transcendent educator perspective, the necessity of transcendence, and the importance of why the educator should be a transcendent educator, along those lines. Right? These were your 2 questions that you sent me.
Yeah.
Right? So I will be answering them from the perspective from which my own teachers have guided me. Okay. I would like to begin by a meditation on the word light itself, the word light. It has 2 opposites. One is heavy, the other is dark. So I can say things are light or heavy, Or I can say there is darkness or there is light. So it is very interesting that the word light refers to has two different opposites. Now, if we hold on to that for a moment, we then ask ourselves, what is it that makes us heavy? And the answer is darkness makes us heavy. Now, what does that?
Very nice.
The darkness is the darkness of the heart. The darkness is the qualities, or rather the absence of moral qualities that make us more and more towards the gravity. When does a thing become heavy? It becomes heavy when the pull of gravity is great to it. So what is it that pulls us down? The qualities of behavior or morality, such as hatred, malice, anger, greed. All of these are the darkness of the heart that make us heavy. And here by heavy, I simply mean grounded. They make us totally heavy upon the earth. They root us down, they bring us down. And sadly, they bring everything around us down as well. Yani, it is amazing that just as a stone will always fall down, if you tie the stone to a leaf, it will bring the leaf down as well, although the leaf might easily fly in the air. So if I think more deeply about how light and darkness play, I discover something very interesting. That from one point of view, the singular and the plural of light and darkness is also something very interesting. The word darkness has in it a plurality. Now let's understand this. What happens when I go away from light? When I go away from light, I'm going away from the one to that which deviates, that which dissipates, that which divides, that which creates a discord, that which differentiates. When I'm embroiled in the manyness of the world, when I'm embroiled in the plurality of the world, I then find that I'm more and more heavy because it is harder and harder for me to placate and make everyone happy. This great insight came to me when I was reflecting on the ayat of the Quran, which comes immediately after Ayatul Kursi. Ayatul Kursi in the Quran is 255. I'm talking about 256. It begins, La ikraha fid din. قد تبين الرشد من الغي ومن يكفر بالطاغوت يؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله السميع العليم. And now the one after it, 257. Allahu waliyul lazina amanu yukhrijuhum min az-zulumat ila an-nur. Now here is a very deep point. It is interesting that Allah Ta'ala has used the word zulumat in the plural and the word nur in singular. I think this is the most important epiphany that I could share with all my listeners and all my well-wishers now and later. It is truly amazing. Allah is the friend of the believers. A very simple translation. Allahu waliyul lazina amanu. Allah is the friend of the believers and He guides them from darkness into light. But the English translation is not correct. Zulumat is plural and Nur is singular. So Zulumat, Allah Ta'ala is the one who brings you from darknesses into light. So, okay. So all the energies that make me one, that unite me, that harmonize me, everything that connects me to others, that joins me to them, that makes me see the original humanity in them, all of those things are one. All of those things are oneness. And the opposite of all of those things, when in my anger and in my pride and in my arrogance, I see myself as other, and I see these other people as, I mean, when I say, inko kya aata hai? When I say, what do they know? If I do this, then I'm guilty of creating a separation, creating a barrier, creating a differentiation. Now I'm into the manyness of the world. Now I'm into differentiation and discord. And that is why Allah Ta'ala says that Allah is the friend of the believers when He brings them from darknesses to light. So, what should the teacher do? The teacher should hold on to this. The teacher should catch this very deep insight and say, if I'm going to enter the classroom, I must recognize, I must work hard, I must deepen my emotional intelligence to recognize that all of these children are mine. I must serve all of them. I can't, in my prejudice, refuse to teach or refuse to reach a particular child or group of children for the sake of any prejudice, any differentiation, any discrimination that I harbor in my heart. So now you see how light and darkness allows me to understand to become the transcendent educator. In the 21st century.
Wow, what a connection.
Thank you. Thank you. In the 21st century, we have seen too much hate. We have seen too much racism, and we have seen too much killing and too much loss. And at that time, we have to discover the common bond of humanity between all of us. And this then is that deep insight which all educators must remember and must remind each other constantly about it. My mantra for the 21st century teacher today in the post-COVID, post-pandemic recovering world is a three-word mantra, a three-word slogan, all beginning with C. All beginning with C. The first one, connect. The second one, collaborate. The third one, cooperate. Connect, collaborate, and cooperate. Do this because we have done the opposites for too long. And we have marginalized many, many people out of lack of compassion. We couldn't recognize the poverty of some of the poor children, the poverty of our own colleagues, the poverty of the way in which the inequality in which the resources of society are distributed. So as an educator, I must do something to build bridges. I must do something to connect and collaborate and cooperate. Now, I have said my first spiel. Minhas, if you now lead me on with a question or something, then I'll go along on that line.
Yes, yes. A very excellent preamble, I would say, Abbas. Thank you very much. Very enlightening. Very enlightening. Very enlightening. And I was actually reflecting because Ayatul Kursi, you recite it several times, but then you miss the essence. So this was the greatest enlightenment for me.
True, true, true. Thank you. Yes, yes, we do.
Please, sir, carry on. Carry on.
Acha, you wanted to carry on? Okay. So your second question was, what moment in life did you, as an educator, find transcendence an important thing? Is it something like that?
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yes.
Question. Let me see in that position paper of yours. I had the document in front of me. Light session. Okay, there we go. Right. What is the key lesson of my life that has inspired me to grow as a human? This was your question.
Yes. Yes.
One of my very, I've had wonderful teachers and I've learned from some very great masters and mentors. And truly, it is in their honor, that little bit of honor that I get, that I am grateful to God for connecting me with those mentors so that I'm able to pass this wisdom on. One very great mentor was Professor Karar Husain. And Karar Saab, or Baba as we call him, was a huge influence in my mind and in my thinking, because he allowed me to connect a whole lot of things, and that is one of the major wisdom. People praise me for that wisdom, and in my heart I say, Ya Rab, ये उसी का शुक्रिया जाता है जिसने या जिसके तवस्सुत से मुझे ये सब चीजें मिली, तो वो शुक्रिया तो अपनी जगह. What is the key lesson? Well, here is the key lesson. All teachers have experience. All teachers have experience of success. And all teachers are proud of the students who are successful. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, Minas, would you agree? Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. There was a small break in between. I think now I can at least hear.
All right, fine. So was my sentence caught, or was that also lost in the bandwidth? Was there a problem?
Yeah, a bit. If you can repeat to the last bit that you were sharing.
Okay. All teachers are happy of the success of their successful students. Yeah, is that correct? Yes. I think we are losing the connection. Yeah. Okay. But the deep lesson in my life was to be humble about the student who failed. Now I'm making no, Minas, I can't see you. Can you hear me? आवाज नहीं आ रही आपको.
Yes. बिल्कुल मुझे आ रही है.
All right. अच्छा. वो दीगर लोग जो live YouTube पे अगर के सुन रहे हैं, तो are they getting it also? Is it the sound going clearly?
I think let me check on YouTube, because it's running live on.
ठीक है. Doesn't matter. You are recording this, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
All right, fine. So, okay, let me just continue now the spiel without any interruption, and we'll be able to do the second part. Okay. So, my deep point about my humanity was when I recognized that there is a very deep lesson to learn about my own teaching, not from the successful ones, not from those who are proud or who made me proud by achieving something wonderful. My deep moment of humility came when I saw the students who failed. And then I found that they hadn't failed. I had failed them. Then I discovered that I had failed to reach them in the essential humanity that we share. It was a lack of respect. I didn't respect them. And I discovered that here was a deep lesson. It was my whole ethos, my whole mindset, which said, if only they were not like this, but they were like something else. If only they were not the way they are, but the way they were something else. If only. But that is arrogance of the worst kind. It is to challenge God and God's decisions. Arey bhai, they didn't become the way they became by themselves. They became like that due to lots of other factors, including the will of God. So you should be humble enough to serve them at the place where they need the service. I have found that whenever I did that, whenever I sabotaged the exam system, whenever I mangled the curriculum, whenever I sidestep the hocus pocus demands of my system, and whenever I served the human being before me, I discovered that there was the deepest lesson to learn in teaching and learning and humanity. So, this would be my humble answer to your second question.
Wow, wow, wow. uh, I'm still trying to get to the depth of the wisdom that you have just shared.
My pleasure.
uh, Abasa, thank you so much. I mean, this is so deep. Those who are listening directly, they'll still, have to take out time and continue
And
reflecting
hear it again.
on, the great wisdom which again and again.
Thank you.
Sir, may I maybe request you to give any concluding, statement, any concluding
Sure.
remarks?
Thank you.
Before we
My
close
last
the session? Yeah.
sentence is in honor of the month that is coming, the month of Ramzan. The month of fasting is coming. Here is my single sentence nugget for all of us to think about. In my hunger, I'm one with mankind. In my taste of food, I'm different from mankind. Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow, very wow.
Wow, wow. Mashallah. Abbas, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am really honored that you have blessed us with your wisdom, with your presence, with your enlightened thoughts, and just pray that this small step that we have taken in terms of spreading the light and in terms of
Beshak.
helping the
Beshak.
humans transcend to the next level,
Amin.
inshallah, get successful. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jazakallah. There was one goof up. Yes.